Crazy story down in the Cloverleaf area of Houston. A 14-year-old teen shoots and kills an intruder. Let's check this out.
Deputies are investigating after they say a teenager shot and killed a suspected burglar. This happened before school this morning on Brownsville Street in the Cloverleaf area.
And new this afternoon, a neighbor who witnessed the shooting is sharing surveillance video with our Michelle Choi.
According to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, minutes before the shooting, 2 calls were made to 911 by neighbors with similar reports, saying that a man was trying to break into their homes, kicking on doors and requesting money. That man, according to next-door neighbor Araceli Herrera, was captured on her security camera early this morning.
As soon as he comes out the ditch, I'm like, this guy has some, I've never seen him before. He has some weird behavior, and I was on alert.
She says she kept an eye on him through her window as he walked over to her neighbor's property and began knocking on the front door, pacing and peeking through a window before returning to the door. Concerned about the 14-year-old boy who lives inside, she says she called her neighbor who had just left to take his younger siblings to school.
I already knew and figured at this point that he was, there by himself.
She says as the man continued to try and get inside, that's when she claims she saw the teen open the door and fire multiple shots.
I walked back away from the window and I'm like in shock.
According to Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, the alleged suspect, a man in his late 20s to early 30s, died on scene, and the teen was not hurt.
It's a very traumatic situation out here when you're talking about a 14-year-old having used deadly force and in protection of himself and his property.
The sheriff said they believe this was likely an attempted burglary.
Great job on this 14-year-old teen to take matters into his own hands when he was left alone for a little bit while the dad's girlfriend took the siblings to school. He's took very quick action and shot and killed this guy. He could have been harmed. Who knows what would have happened had he been able to get inside and this gun was not there for him to use.
Burglary, given the man had on a pair of gloves and backpack, which he says is indicative of someone trying to break in. They also believed he may have been homeless. As for Araceli, the scary situation hits close to home. Her 14-year-old daughter and her son were home when the shooting unfolded.
If my daughter was in that situation, honestly, I would be happy that my daughter was safe, and the other guy, which I don't know what his intentions were.
She says she felt for her teenage neighbor, who investigators told us was cooperating.
I mean, just me seeing it, I'm in shock. I still haven't been able to stop shaking. So with a 14-year-old in his position and having taken that action, I mean, I can't imagine what, he's feeling.
Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
So it sounds like she is in full support. She is in full support of what this boy did to protect himself. As you saw when she said, if they were my daughter, I would feel better that she was safe if she was in that situation. So I'm glad she's not one of these woke moms. Oh, gosh, no, gun control. The hood should have let the homeless man in and take all the food. He's just trying to feed his family. No. Forget all that nonsense. I assume this, maybe he had some training. I don't know. He obviously knew how to use a gun. He knew what to do in this situation. I don't think there will be any charges. He was defending his home. The gun was there. It was most likely the dad's. It seems like he was very responsible because this kid hasn't gone crazy and shot up anybody. So he used it for the intended purpose, which is to protect your home. Which is why it's so important we have the Second Amendment. And that's why I'm talking about this, because we live in a gun-friendly state. And we have the Second Amendment. And it's so important for people to protect themselves and protect their homes, their families. If you don't want to carry out in public, that's fine. I carry for my own personal protection and my wife's protection as well. But at the very minimum, I think my opinion, a man should have a gun to protect his family. This 14-year-old, maybe he saw his dad train. I don't know. Who knows what happened? Maybe his dad told him what he needed to do in the event of something like this. I assume that is the case. He knew how to use the gun. And I'm sure the neighborhood is likely not very safe, as we can see right here. This guy was attempting to break into multiple homes, and I assume the dad or whoever it was told him what to do in the event of something like this. That's my opinion. He showed him how to use the gun, I assume, and so this is what he needs to do. What you need to do if this happens. Look, when seconds matter, the police take minutes. I think that's the saying. Uh, this guy tried to break into other people's homes, and the police were called. They were likely en route, and he made it to another home, and this young man took action. Imagine had he not had the gun there, what would have happened? The guy would have busted in, maybe, and he would have beat up the kid, killed him, robbed, burglarized, stole a bunch of stuff from the home, whatever it is. And who knows? But hey, I'm waiting for the. I don't know if this story is gonna make big news, but I don't. I'm waiting for the gun nuts, not the gun nuts, but the anti-gun nuts to come out because this young man defended him. This young boy defended himself. They're gonna get upset at that, and they will take the. They're gonna take the defense up. They're gonna defend the homeless guy, saying he was just trying to feed his family. He just a helpless homeless man, and this 14-year-old boy killed him. Yeah, you know how they are. These nut jobs are. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. I just wanted to share this story with you. I thought it was very interesting, a very interesting story here in Texas. Yeah, and a happy ending. All right, guys, like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.